Hello, hello.
Okay, well, you keep talking.
I'm gonna keep talking.
You keep
Chit,
talking.
chit, chat, talking.
Talk, honey.
Well, I imagine that we probably will have a little bit of a lag on people coming in because, YouTube.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm. YouTube. Gotta love the YouTube.
YouTube.
Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun.
That's that documentary that we like so much here in the house. That documentary, yo. What's up, City Girl Country Heart? Ooh. Oh, I'm scared to do this, but we're gonna do it so we get a little feedback. Nope, no feedback. Cool. It says we got 5 watching and only 1 person commenting. So looks like that is good to go. So we're just gonna zip that down in there on the new computer thing. Come up here, do that, and I think I look so hairy. Robin, your shirt is beautiful.
No, it's not. It's tacky as hell.
Language.
Hell, that's not a bad word.
It is to me.
Okay.
So, can you hear us okay? Because it looks like the mic is off the chain. Let me see. I want to do an experiment. Alright, so can you hear us okay? Because we're peeking.
Not quite.
Well, that's because I turned it down some.
Okay.
Pinocchio.
What's up?
Good eye. Can you hear me? Can you see me? So we came back on Christmas. Can somebody give me a thumbs up and let me know if y'all can hear us okay? Please. Just one of those.
She said yep.
You don't know she's saying yep too?
Well, what else would she... Unless
I've asked
she's agreeing to me saying it's tacky.
There you go. A hot mess on a mission. I wonder who that could be.
She's had a stressful day. I'm thrilled that she's here. Her son started presenting like he had appendicitis, and so they rushed him to the ER. And thank God he does not have it. So now she's having to pick up where she left off. Because what it sounds like to me, they didn't even get a chance to cook everything for their Christmas.
I don't want to talk about food.
Yeah, we've had a...
I don't want...
Pam Miller, well, what's up?
I don't want to talk about food at all right now. I am like a tick.
Yeah.
You outdid yourself once again.
I don't know about everybody else, but I always have a hard time on timing stuff.
No, your timing was
And
dead on today.
because, with a turkey could take 4 hours, right? A ham doesn't take as long because it's already cooked. You're just heating it.
Mm-hmm.
So we had all of these things that we wanted to...
Triple H in the house!
We had all of these things that we wanted to get cooked, and I obviously threw the ham in before everything else, and it got done before everything else. So I had to pull it out, let it sit on the counter for a little while.
It was resting.
But then when I went to put the glaze on it, it wasn't hot enough for the glaze. So I had to put it back in the oven just long enough to heat it back up, and then put the glaze on it. So
if y'all could y'all share this out? Let everybody know that we are stopping in tonight to say what's up.
We're
Merry
stuffed
Christmas.
here too. Oh, that's awesome. So her husband cooked. So that's cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's cool. I mean, dudes can do the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of good in the kitchen. Kind of.
So I had interesting Christmas filled with my absolute not favorite person.
Oh, will you stop?
Oh, wow. Pork roast in the slow cooker. Cooked since 3 a.m. I bet it was good.
That's my main man, No,
that's his wife. That's Karen. Hello, Karen. Merry Christmas.
That's when you should have just been like,
Nope.
we need Mr. Windswept in here.
Is that your Pioneer Woman shirt? It's one of them. There was a package of 2. I'm going to tell you all about that.
That was
soon.
hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
It was a bad morning. Bad morning. That was bad.
I can't believe you say that. Your children put a lot of thought.
A lot of thought.
Heart.
A lot of thought. Uh-oh, Kyle's rocking his profile.
What's up, Kyle? So, I don't know if y'all follow...
Sam is here too, Snap.
I don't know if y'all follow Trip H or not, but his wife has done something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so y'all need to go check that out.
She's doing really, really well. I'm so proud of her.
Very proud of her. Very.
And they're going through a lot of stuff too. Like they're building from scratch. So they're having to set up their internet, which guys, I'm so sorry we missed your message the post the other day about y'all going live.
It's not true. Robin said I'm not gonna go join that live.
No, it was the night we had to go pick up Blaze, I think. And so we just we weren't on our phones or notifications or anything. So some dude shine in the kitchen, Jason. Mm-hmm. Not this one.
Really?
He does shine. You know what? He shines when he eats the ham and some of the stuff drips down the side of his face.
So just let me know. This is that kind of night that we're going to have on the live stream. Because I don't want to start lobbing hand grenades. And then you talking about you are ugly to me on the live stream tonight. I don't appreciate that. I just wanted to go out there and spread Christmas love, and you just started throwing grenades. So let me know if we're grenade tossing.
My daughter got some Pioneer stuff for her kitchen for Christmas, but she actually wanted it.
So, that type of night we're going to have.
Merry Christmas, Robin and Jason. Thank you, Grammy Franny.
Hi, Granny Franny.
You have Blaze for Christmas. Yes, we do.
We do.
Oh, don't even try to fake the funk on that. The girls came up to me and they're like, Daddy always hogs Blaze when he's home.
I don't even know how you guys can say that.
Okay.
How? How can you say that? I let Blaze do what Blaze wants to do. Mm-hmm. Is it my fault he wants to hang out with me?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then.
Nice. A video that'll be coming up soon. I'm working on it tonight. Quick overview of the last 8 months on the new property. Awesome.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. I want to see that.
Can't wait for that. Make sure when that video is up,
let us know.
Let us know. Post it in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Because
definitely.
Let me ask y'all this. We've been putting up a video. 3 videos a week for the last 3 weeks. How many of y'all have actually gotten a notification about the video?
Well, it's like Darren said he didn't even get the notification for the live. Terry told him we were on.
Yeah.
So I am curious about that. Some of you have said you've gotten the notifications, just haven't had time to watch them. But a lot of our normal commenters are not commenting.
That's
why
we're asking.
Yeah, that's why we're asking, because we feel like we would have heard from y'all if you had seen the videos. So that's what we're curious about.
Like, and then every now and then it'll be like 3 or 4 days late, and 2 family will come in and comment.
Yeah.
And so we know that
That
they,
it's been a couple of days.
been a couple
yeah.
of days, and they may have just gotten
Right.
it, or they
yeah,
stumbled
see,
across it.
Carrie, no notifications for me.
Yep.
So that's what a lot
Well, you
of
got
people
some
don't realize.
videos to catch up on.
We have like 9 videos that we've put out over the last 3 weeks. And like nobody.
Pete's Little Homestead!
Pete, I saw somebody asking about you the other day. They were looking for you. I'm so glad that you're here. That's awesome.
And I have been, since, pretty much all
Yeah,
summer,
nobody's getting any.
we were like without a computer and
Yeah.
stuff. I've been doing my best to try to catch up on old comments and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
if
So
me answering comments, it's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to catch up on all the comments that we have missed
over the last
over
year
the
or
last
so.
year or so.
Mhm.
So that's what you get. It may just be like a one word like thanks, or if you ask the question, I try to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. We know we're battling the algorithm because we've been out for so long. So, YouTube's not really sending out a lot of our stuff right now. So maybe definitely check and make sure that you've got your bell rung so that
I've had my bell rung a couple of times. It's not fun.
I didn't get notices. So that's the thing.
And
So
Benz
y'all,
is one of our
Yeah.
our normal commenters.
yeah.
They try to comment on just about every video, and there's another one that she hasn't showed up in here yet, but she
Religiously
comments.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the thing that I think is crazy is like it's just for some reason a lot of the people that normally it's weird seeing a comment from you from a year ago.
Kiki Gardens.
Oh, there you go. There's one. I have to yell. Oh wow. I don't get notifications since YouTube stopped the email notices. I have to be logged into YouTube
See, I didn't
to see
even
them
know
now.
YouTube did that. That's how long we've been going.
Huh.
I didn't even know YouTube did that. So maybe we need to crank back up the email list.
Maybe.
That might be something that we need to crank back up.
Maybe.
So
A little weird to get a reply a year after the fact, but I appreciate the effort. Yeah, sorry about that. A lot of it was, for a while there we didn't have our phones.
Mhm.
And so we didn't have access to YouTube Studio unless we came out to the computer.
Mhm.
And just recently Jason got his back up and running on his phone, so he's able to answer it from his phone. I don't have mine yet. I still have to get my phone fixed. So once I get my phone fixed, then I'll be able to have it. So we should be moving forward. We should be doing it, but that's why there was such a lack. We didn't have the computer for a while. We didn't, we just had a bunch of technological
okay,
craziness.
moving forward.
So
Okay,
yeah.
moving forward. You remember that guy from when we were buying the house, buying the homestead? He used to drive you crazy. Every time you'd answer, he'd be like, "Okay." Every time Robin would answer a question, he'd be like, "Okay, moving forward."
I
Okay,
finally
got it.
looked at Jay. I finally looked at Jason and I said, if he says, okay, moving forward one more time, I'm going to throw the phone. Because we were doing everything by phone, and it drove me crazy.
But that guy made an influence on us because 9 years later, we're still talking about him.
9? We bought the house 6 years ago.
Oh, no, I thought we'd been up here 8.
So why would it have been 9?
Well, I mean, October made it 9.
October was 8.
Okay, well, I don't do math.
But we bought the house,
Okay,
the
I
actual
don't do
house,
math. I don't do math.
almost 7
I don't do
years.
math. I don't do math.
Yeah, I
that-
got
that's.
lots of replays lately.
No, I think
Yeah,
that's supposed to be replies.
replay. Oh,
No.
maybe.
Yeah, because Pete's another one of ours that comments a lot, and I've been answering a lot of Pete's.
Mm-hmm.
Benz's, City Girl, Down Under, I get a couple from him. I think Geeky Gardens, I get a couple.
Yeah.
So.
So
Yeah.
hopefully, moving forward, it'll be good.
Yeah.
So it's the weird ones you remember the most. Yeah. Okay, but moving forward. So this morning, let's see, on our way out the door to go to the ER today, Chris dropped his phone and busted it. Oh, not just a cracked screen, it caved in.
What was he dropping it from, the moon?
The thing that irritates me is that mine, the screen just decided to stop working. It
No.
wasn't.
Oh, yeah. You know what? This is going to get me on a soapbox. Okay? Look, here's a public service announcement. This is free of charge. But it doesn't matter what you buy anymore these days. Lawnmower, stove, phone, computer, it doesn't matter. Don't waste your money on the extended warranties.
Because all they're doing is trying to find a way out of it every time.
Or any
protection plan
or anything. Like the stove. Right before Thanksgiving, our oven stopped. Well, we unplugged it. We started looking at stuff. In about 45 minutes, we plugged it back in and it worked. Well, Robin called the warranty company. And, of course, because it was Thanksgiving, it was going to be like a week or so.
No, they told us it was going to be January.
That was for...
Oh.
Thank you.
For what?
Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay? Then, here recently, when we were right before the Christmas party, it happened again. But Robin called right there before Thanksgiving and said, hey, it came back on. And they said, okay, we got it noted in the program or whatever that it happened once. If it happens again, call us. We're going to send somebody out. Well, it happened right around the second week of December again. Well, they sent a guy out and he came out. He pulled the back off. He said because the back area was dirty that they weren't going to cover it. And I'm like, what do you mean it's dirty? On the inside. So basically where the motherboard was, that area back there where you have that metal, thin metal like
protective
flashing or whatever, he took that off. That area that we don't mess with at all, because if you do, it's supposed to avoid the warranty because it was dirty. He said they're not going to cover it and took off after he cussed me. He told me to F off. So Robin got back on the phone with Lowe's because we have to go through Lowe's because that's who the warranty's from. They said that they were going to file a complaint and that we were supposed to hear back from them. Still haven't heard anything. Now, it is the holiday season. But the same thing happened with a lawnmower. Same thing happened with the computers that we went through this summer. Robin's phone had a tiny crack back here. Now, the screen went out. That black screen is a common issue with these new Android phones. In fact, we were able to look it up on the internet on Google to get some steps to try to get it to fix. And that's how I fixed mine. I followed those steps. And luckily, mine came back on. Robin's didn't. They would not honor the warranty because of that tiny crack that Robin had on the back of her phone.
Tried to say that was what caused the screen. Even though both of our screens went out at the exact same time. There was no dropping. There was no nothing. Yeah. That little thing happened the day that I got the phone, which was almost a year ago. Mm-hmm. So that's not what caused the screen to go out.
No. So I went to buy the warranty and the extended warranty. I could probably taken that money and take 5 minutes because it's like 4 screws and then it's like 5
little plugs
that if you have the new motherboard, you can literally hold up behind the other one, take it off of there and match them, put it back in and be done with it and basically have like a brand new oven. So they're finding more and more, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it was heading this way, you know, where they would nitpick some things.
But you would still find ones that were good.
Yeah. But nowadays it seems like no matter what you buy, they will find a reason why they don't have to honor that warranty. And so we'll never purchase another extended warranty or anything again.
Everything's disposable. Everything is junk.
Exactly right. And pretty much if you can operate a screwdriver or a ratchet and you can plug something into an outlet, you can pretty much fix anything that's out there nowadays.
Think of it why it's like that. Because the labor market out there of people that are out there doing that work is not a specialized thing anymore. Mm-mm. And so you have to have people that are capable of just plug and go. And so they're making it easy enough that anybody with a little bit of common sense can do it.
Yeah.
So
and aftermarket products, if your stove or refrigerator is a year old, you'll be able to find the motherboards and stuff like that. Now, if your compressor or something like that on the refrigerator goes, that may take you a little bit more than
specialized.
I mean, I don't think it would really be specialized. It's still plug and play, but it's not going to be a 5-minute fix. So
there you go. I can fix anything, so I don't buy extended warranties. Helps when you live 40 miles from civilization like me, trying to get a plumber or electrician. I mean, we're running into the same thing because our local, where we're at locally, there are no decent people like that. The guy that came was from like Toccoa or something.
We got lucky when our well pump went out and we found a really good plumber. That's
pretty much it. And a roofer. We have a good roofer.
We got a good roofer now, but that took us 6-7 years to find. And it was crazy how we found him when we were literally transporting our cows to the processor, the ones that we sold this year. I called him and said, "Hey, I just sold 2 more. I got this set up for this day. Can you take the cows?" He's like, "Let me call you back when I'm fixing this roof." And I'm like, "You're doing what?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a roofer." And you've been transporting my cows for almost 2 years now. You know I've had a hole in my porch because of a roof leak, and you didn't say nothing.
You
Why?
Didn't say anything?
I didn't even think about it. Well, get over here and give me a quote to get it fixed. And needless to say, I think he was going to charge me like $50, and he went and bought a new piece of tin and slid it up because it was down in a valley and they didn't lay the underpinning right. And that was it. So instead of giving him $50, I gave him a pig,
a smaller pig.
It was worth a lot more than $50, but I think that chunk of tin that he had to go and buy probably used to be cheaper than what he thought it was, and so I tried to hook him up.
I mean, at the end of the day, here's the thing with barter. Barter is all about what something is worth to you, and to us, it was worth sacrificing one of our pigs to have our roof fixed. Didn't matter what it cost them. It's what it was worth to us. And it was an acceptable amount for them. So either way, it really isn't about what $50 here, $250 there, whatever.
So I want to know, has everybody been having a great Christmas? Because are you seeing family that you only see at Christmas? And you're praising God for eggnog right about now? Or
praising God for a Big Bear live stream. You're welcome.
Or has it just been a real enjoyable time? Uh-oh.
Love trading for stuff. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm definitely let's trade for stuff.
Now, you're in here. No, you know we're live, and you're going to send me a message.
He does it all the time. It's Boxing Day. So, Darren, what is Boxing Day in Australia? They do it different. That's not their Christmas, is it?
Boxing Day, that's when the Canadians realized that they couldn't beat Muhammad Ali.
Not a good one, but not a bad one, though. Just kind of blah. I always try to give more when I barter because you never know if they will value it the same as you. That's true, too.
Yeah. Take your husband's phone away, by the way. Just take it away from him.
Merry Christmas, never enough time. My legs are starting to hurt. 2 days. Goofball. I didn't see my family in 9 years, but I tried to have a joyful Christmas.
The teens.
Yikes. It's
We're-
70 degrees and sun shining today. Tasha convinced me to take the day off and not build a well house.
We're just that warm too. I mean, we were out in t-shirts and
It wasn't like, originally they were saying it was going to be like 71. It didn't get to 71. It was maybe like mid
I
60s.
think it was like 80s.
No.
80s.
But we went walking this morning and we didn't have jackets on. We were basically in long sleeve shirts, and I wasn't freezing or anything, but I was by no means warm. I had a great Christmas, got to see my son, only see a couple times a year. Awesome. Down under, like Black Friday for sales there nowadays, traditionally you would give the help a box of leftovers from Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Really warm in southwestern Missouri. I'm debating whether to have Polish chicken soup or not here soon. Wasn't hard to do.
So now that it's Christmas Day and a lot of the shopping rush
64, there you go.
is over. Tomorrow and the next couple of days is still going to be kind of bad out there. So y'all keep your head on a swivel and be nice to one another. Reason why I'm telling you guys this is because Ladessa and I had a little bit of a situation
Altercation
at the Walmart in Anderson
a couple weeks ago.
a couple weeks ago. I take a little bit of responsibility. Why are you kicking me? Am I not supposed to tell the story?
No, I was scratching my ankle. I don't know why you take responsibility.
Well, because one, I should have thought in the back, I should have kept it in my mind that it is Christmas season. People are impatient. People are not thinking. They don't have their heads wired on a lot like they normally would. And Dessa and I were coming out of Walmart on a Thursday down there by the Sam's Club in Anderson. And there was this car sitting there, and they were letting some elderly people out of the car. I saw the white SUV
Starring Jesse.
behind this car. It seemed like to me it was gonna stay there. I didn't give it a second thought. Dessa and I started walking out, and about the time that we cleared the other car, this lady was extremely impatient, and she zipped out around, and I shoved Ladessa in the buggy out of the way and kind of jumped. Well, she clipped me
Yes, Anderson, South Carolina.
on my arm as I spun around. Oh, and she just kept on rolling, and I was trying to get the license plate number. I hollered at her, and out of nowhere,
Oh, wait. She flicked you off.
oh yeah, she flicked me off.
Yeah.
But out of nowhere, this guy just rushes, comes right up, starts screaming and hollering, and
That was uncalled for.
kind of gave me a little bit of a shove. Well, needless to say, I put my hands on him. I shoved him back, and when I did that, my shirt came up. He saw my gun. He lunged for my gun. I caught him, shoved him back again, put my hand over my weapon, and proceeded to try to just
Back off and get to the
Dessa,
car. Yeah.
stay between him and Dessa, and got Dessa all the way to the car. The cops were called.
Dessa got it on film.
Dessa got it on film.
I proceeded to tell him that he didn't know what he was doing because she was going to put it all over YouTube. She cracked me up.
When the cops got there, once he heard the sirens and stuff of the cops,
He took off.
he took off into Walmart, and the cops got there. You know, I flagged one of the cops down, and they're like, yeah, we know, there's somebody here with a gun. I said, I'm the guy with the gun.
They're like, what?
And so they asked me what was happening. I gave them my concealed carry, my ID. Was very cooperative with them. In the meantime, they're trying to run the guy down in Walmart. He's steadily running from them. he comes out of the garden center
Mm-hmm.
in out of Walmart, ends up carjacking somebody, and takes off. As far as I don't know where it went from there. They asked me if I wanted to press charges, and this is where I learned something. Because I looked at the cop, I said, I got no information for the lady that hit me with the car. I said, you guys are already going after him, but I put my hands on him, so I don't understand what charges I could press.
Right.
And they said, now, if somebody runs and charges you due to COVID, and they get within that
6 foot space,
it's now considered assault. So I could have pressed assault charges. And I just told the cop, I said, you do write up whatever paperwork you need to write up that covers my 6, and
you were protecting yourself.
you're good, and that's it. That's all I want to do with it. So I got a case number, incident report number, the cop's name.
Yep.
And if they were going to need me, they had my information. They were going to call me. But be careful out there, because it's not like it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. The spirit of Christmas is not about, I'm starting to feel like in some cases it's not really about love and kindness to one another anymore. It's about what toy I can get or what deal I can get, and I have to get it before you, kind of thing. And it really breaks your heart, but just be careful out there, because that was very upsetting. And I tell you, I was having a hard time chewing on all of this, and I called my buddy Tommy Alderman at Alderman Farms. And if you go to aldermanfarms.com/trauma, he has a PDF that's a free download that can give you steps to be able to deal with stuff. Because at the end of, because Tommy's my real client. I call him my uncle. But he said, well, you and Ladessa, it was a traumatic experience. Yep. And so you have to process that.
Yep.
And so we did the exercise in his PDF, and it was very, very helpful. So it's aldermanfarms.com/trauma, and you'll be able, it's a free download, send them a message, tell them that we sent you over there, and it doesn't matter if you get assaulted or accosted at Walmart, or, you get in a bad car wreck. All those things that are traumatic can what?
I keep forgetting that they're in the middle of their summer. He said Astrid's favorite present was the first cucumber of the year. And I'm like, Never Enough Time said I did all of my Christmas shopping from my kitchen. I had no problem staying out of the stores, which we did some of them. Some of our stuff we did do online. Never Enough Time, how is she? Ladessa's okay now, but I'll tell you, the first week or so, she was still very, cautious. Everywhere we went, you could tell, she always has her head on a swivel, but, she most definitely was looking up and down everybody that was coming by her, so.
Yeah. And then, we had another little bit of an incident before that didn't get bad. But what we have been doing, because Carol's 16, she should be graduating high school here within the next couple of months. Maybe we'll push it out a year. It depends if she wants to do the move on when ready. So we've been having Carol sit down, make the menu with Mom, make the shopping list, and then we go out she goes out with me on Thursdays, because I have physical therapy and my acupuncture on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, Carol goes out on Thursday with me, and I don't do anything but pay the bill. She has to go around the store and find the stuff that she needs and puts it in the buggy, checks it off of her list to make
Yep.
sure she price compares the whole 9 yards. That way she'll have those tools in her toolbox for when she does leave the nest.
Right.
Well, we're coming in there, and there was this guy just sitting there, and he looked Carol up and down and went, and like he was going to start to walk towards her, and I got in front of him, and we had some choice words, but he screamed and ran out of Walmart too. So be
See
very
Tasha's
careful.
comment. So glad Carol wasn't with you. I know what that girl is possible of. I said the same
Everybody
thing.
has said that. My
Tasha,
physical
but-
therapist
But
said
let
that.
me tell you something. Ladessa was no joke. Ladessa was trying to get up in this guy.
That's what made the problem a little bit worse.
Like, Ladessa was like, I don't think you know who you're talking to. Like, she's watched way too many Karen videos because she was, 10 feet tall and bulletproof. Of course, she was standing behind Jason. Like, she wasn't, like, trying to get up in his face or anything. She was standing behind Jason, but she had full faith in Jason being able to keep her protected. But he kept trying to come up at Jason, and Ladessa was like, I'm calling the cops. If you don't get away from my daddy, I'm calling the cops on you. Like, she was very clear. She wasn't, like, mean or, like, she didn't call him any names or anything like that. But she was very matter of fact. Like, if you get any closer, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
And, of course, they'd already called him by then, but it was just, she was very assertive. I don't know that Carol necessarily would have. I think there are some times where Carol kind of is like a turtle, and it sticks her head and everything.
I don't know.
So I
and
don't know.
I don't want to even try to cross that road thinking about what she had. Ladessa had showed that she was not really panicking or anything.
Well, that's what Darren was saying.
Because she was smart enough to pull the phone out.
Mm-hmm.
And start
Filming.
Filming.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was the thing that I was like, because I said, well, did you guys get any of it on camera? And he's like, actually, Ladessa did. Ladessa pulled it out and started filming, and I was like, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so that was fun.
yeah. But we're in that transitioning phase with the girls where they're doing most of the cooking now. They're doing the grocery list. They're sitting down with us on the weekends, like tomorrow, because today was Christmas. Tomorrow morning they'll be sitting down with us to go over the next week's budget and and everything. And speaking of budget, we started because of Single Dad Homestead. Brought it, but we did before we bought this place, and it helped us be able to buy this place. But we got lazy. It worked. We got out of debt, and then we made some stupid decisions. Ended up getting back in debt. But Chris brought it back up into the forefront of our mind, and we started doing it again. Well, now Dave Ramsey has a free budget. It's called, what's it called? Money. Just type in Dave Ramsey's budget, and there's a free version which you can type out a budget. Now, we've been using that for about 4 or 5 months now, and absolutely has helped us a gazillion times over. I think it's Money Plan Easy or something like that.
Every dollar.
Every dollar.
Everydollar.com.
Everydollar.com. Yeah.
Which is really what it is. Like, you sit down and you go, okay, this is my income. Where is every dollar going?
Yes.
And that's been very helpful for
Yes.
us.
And I think because of this nice little program that they've got out now on the net, I think like Drops of Family Garden, I don't think we're gonna have a hard time ever
No.
making that
We
mistake
won't.
again.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't heard about it, I wish some of my moderators were in here.
Yeah,
They
we
could
don't
drop-
have any moderators in here, do
Drop
we?
that. No, we don't. So I'm just wondering if they didn't get the notification or.
Well, I know Anna's been pretty busy.
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey's okay to start with, but building real wealth is another matter. Made a chunk of change on the stock market. Yeah, so I mean, we haven't gotten to that point yet. There's a lot of things that we have to secure before we start messing with anything like that.
Yeah.
I will tell you, one thing that was really cool is we had done a few things to be able to get because one of the things on Dave Ramsey is to get $1,000 in a savings account, basically, an emergency fund. And even when we were doing Dave Ramsey before, we did not have that. We never had that $1,000 in the bank. But I will tell you.
Yeah, we did. We did it the first time.
I don't think so.
I thought, yeah, but we went through it.
I don't. Anyway, we
from the movie theaters.
So this time around we've done it, and there have been a couple of times where we were really close to needing to dip into it, but because we had our budget set up the way we did, where we have extra. But because you're setting every dollar to do something so that you're at zero at the end of the month, we had extra playroom. We were just like, okay, well, just leave this alone. Just leave this alone for this month. And like, for instance, with the car, we really quick had to get the car tagged. And that wasn't an expense we were counting on. And it was like an extra like $300. And we were all set to go ahead and hit the emergency fund. And then we're like, wait a minute. Let's move this and move that.
Let's look at the budget.
Let's look at it, see if we can move some things around. Oh, you know what? Our electric bill wasn't this much this month. It was this much. So the budget was actually $100 over. Oh, okay. Well, let's look at this. And before we knew it, we found that money and we didn't have to go into it. So what I'm getting at to talk about all of that is that it's nice having that cushion, because then it feels like an emergency is not as much of an emergency.
Yeah.
Because you have that cushion.
When you're telling your money what to do versus your money telling you what it needs to do.
Yeah, it definitely has helped us with that. So, just Sydney, me and Minnie Me are at the movies. Tori's duck sitting. I thought y'all went to I thought they went to some water park or something.
They were at the water park, and then I guess they came home.
I guess. It says, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. LOL. What movie is he watching? I'm curious. So yeah, electrical bill doubled since moving there. Wow. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is like when you have that set aside, it makes it easier to be like, okay, it gives you a chance to be able to drop back and punt. Like if you have, if you have a situation come up, you can be like, okay, let me take care of this. But in the meantime, let's figure out how we can make sure it doesn't happen again, Mm-hmm. So that has been a game changer for us. And I think Jason's absolutely correct that we won't really ever, I don't think we'll ever go into debt again. I think we'll just save up until we can afford to pay cash for something. Let's see, we were debt free 10 years and had some savings, but with my son's injury, we're back to where we started. That stinks. Thank God I found this community and started stocking the Yeah,
Dutch Off-Grid Homestead, what is going on? Just got the notification.
Yeah, we left.
Tell everybody, Dutch.
We left to a resort and had to take duck out of water pan that couldn't get out of. I'm so confused.
They left. They had to leave the resort because their neighbor called or something. One of their ducks was stuck in the water pan and they had to go home and get it out. So they had to leave the water resort. How did you not catch that?
I don't get it. I still don't get it.
Okay.
I got it, but I don't need it.
There's a pan with water in it.
We're only naked underneath our clothes. I'm all way past that.
The duck was stuck in this pan of water.
Well, hello there, Copper Kettle Farms.
This is why you don't get anything.
I'm not listening to you.
This is why you don't get anything.
Long time no see, y'all.
Crystal, I sent you some text messages today.
Just got the notification. Look
Woo,
at
woo,
that.
what's up, D in the house?
What up, D?
So, y'all, look at my coffee drinking mug that Ladessa got me for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
My
I think
tea
that
is-
incident had a little bit more of an effect on Ladessa.
Yeah, Ladessa has been very, like, Celtic, like... I've been in a food coma.
Amen. So we decided that we were going to do a live stream. We don't know if we're going to come back to doing live streams every Saturday or not. We may
Tinker's wife, what's up?
once a month maybe drop in here or whatever, but we will be dropping a video on Saturdays. But if you guys haven't gotten the notifications,
Look who else is here.
we have been steadily been able to been putting out 3 videos a week for the last 3 weeks. So like 9 videos that you guys need to catch up on, and some of them are kind of cool. Broussard Homestead, how are you feeling, my brother? I have not poloed you because with the new Transformer strand, I didn't know if I could catch that through polo. So
Transformer.
that's why.
Omicron.
Not allowed to say that on YouTube.
Whatever.
Hence,
Yes, you
Transformer.
can. Yes, you can.
So I need more tea in my mug here. This is cool. So I'm going to love it. So he has a.
He said he's got a mug for you. Probably more than you love me. So, Sydney, really funny, quick story. We were sitting eating our lunch today, and
No, we were eating our it wasn't lunch.
our Christmas dinner, lunch, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, pause. You're about to get probably the best compliment ever
Merry Christmas, Steve.
coming out of our homestead, Sydney. You're about to receive probably the absolute best compliment you have ever seen. Okay, unpause.
So we're sitting eating an amazing spread, like we're enjoying our food, and Carol says, "Mom, do you think Uncle Sydney could come down for New Year's?" I was like, "It's in like a week, Carol. No, I don't think he's gonna be able to come down." She's like, "Dang," and I was like, "Why?" I mean, I know it's been a while since we've seen him. You miss him? And she's like, "Well, I mean, yeah, I miss him, but..."
That's not what she said. Now you're messing up the story. She said, "No, I just want his collard greens for New Year's." It's like you knew.
I gave him a message.
Oh, I need more tea, please.
Did you show your mug?
Yes, I showed my mug.
Here, I need tea. Regular tea.
So, that... I thought that was kind of
Do you
cool.
need a certain pepper?
No.
No.
Tea.
No, we don't need that.
She wants to see you when you're done.
Okay, leave that open.
So, yeah. So anyway, that was pretty funny.
So-
She didn't care if she got to see you. She just wanted your collard greens.
She just wanted your collard greens. Well, Jesus loves collard greens.
Well, I told her later. I was like, they did a video on how to make them. So
She's like,
go watch
no.
the video.
She's like, no, because we need his feet. Won't be the same unless he puts his feet in them.
If you don't know what they're talking about, watch the video. The video is funny. Oh, that stinks.
All right, we'll put him up on the prayer wall there, Brett.
Yikes.
It stinks. So it was so nice to be able to come. I'm glad I had this idea of doing a live show tonight because it was so nice, Mark, to see a lot of y'all come in here and be able to. What? So what do y'all think of my wife's shirt? Don't y'all like her shirt? That's a very pretty shirt. You know what kind of shirt that is?
No, I'm just a good sport. That's what this is.
You know what kind of shirt that is? That's a Pioneer Woman shirt, y'all. And you know what? She got like 4 other ones.
No, I didn't.
She
I
got
2.
so happy. She got a Pioneer Woman whisk and these shirts. And she was so happy that she got this Pioneer Woman stuff. I'm so glad.
I'm so glad we weren't filming. Because we wouldn't be able to put it on YouTube. Love the shirt, Robin. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Professor. Appreciate it. So yeah, we did pretty good with gifts. I opened up the one from Carol, and it was a whisk, and it was all over. It was Pioneer Woman. I was like, oh, that's just lovely. And yeah, and then when I got the other ones, I was like, I just barely opened it up. And I was like, and the ironic part of the whole thing was the day before, we had gone very quickly to Walmart because I had to pick up like 1 or 2 things before everything shut down. And we were walking by, and a couple of days earlier, I had seen the display for the clothes. And if any of y'all know why I'm not crazy about her, you'll understand that the fact that there was shirts with her brand on it irritated the tar fire out of me. And so when I walked by them, I was like, see, this is exactly why I don't like this woman. And they had a markdown or something, and I was like, see, nobody even wants to buy her stuff. And we just kept going. So my kids thought that was an opportunity to buy me something.
It could have been Rachel Ray. Yeah, she got dog food now. How did a woman that started as a talk show...
No, but I'm going to tell you the difference between Rachel Ray and her. Rachel Ray makes dog food and then donates the money to shelters. So,
well, maybe.
Big difference. And
maybe.
I agree with, and if anybody's going to know it, it's going to be Karen. Overpriced, poor quality, not made in the USA.
Maybe.
This shirt was made in Vietnam.
Maybe the proceeds are going to help starving little Vietnamese kids. You ever think about that?
Are you kidding me right now? It's the Walmart.
It could happen.
That's
it
what,
could happen. It
if
could,
you,
and maybe she just doesn't want anybody to know because that's something that she prays about in her
if you
prayer
want
closet.
it in a nutshell, that is it. It's the fact that she should stick,
I don't think you should be hating.
She should stick to being a fish and stop trying to be a bird. That's all I got to say about it.
I think you should stop hating. That woman could be donating millions to saving.
She's donating millions to build a whole nother house on her property so she has something to film in.
To save.
That's what she's donating it to. She's donating it to herself.
To save
no.
the coral reefs.
No. Don't even. You're talking
starving
out your crap.
children in Vietnam. That's why she has the products made in Vietnam.
Yeah, the kids in the sweatshops. Exactly.
To boost the economy there. So that way people can get out of poverty.
No. But anyway. So I still stand by none of my dollars will go to Pioneer Woman stuff. However, I do have a lot of Pioneer Woman stuff. For somebody who doesn't like Pioneer Woman, I own a lot of Pioneer Woman stuff.
I mean...
Anyway, so yeah, Pioneer Woman needs a whooping.
I would never say never when it comes to your money being
Whatever.
spent because your reaction this morning makes it worth it because that reaction needs to be duplicated.
I'm telling y'all, like, I really wish we had filmed it just for the sheer fact of being able to share it with people. Because literally, I pulled it back, and I was excited because it was a whisk, right? Because I have been without a whisk for months, and I don't have my standing mixer. I don't have a hand blender. I don't have anything to mix stuff with right now.
Yeah, who would have thought that teenagers would not understand the fact that if on a KitchenAid, when you're adding the accessory port to it, if you lean on it, that it will break.
Anyway,
Who
All
would
it-
have thought that?
all it boiled down to is that I didn't have anything to mix stuff with, so I open it up and I see the whisk part. And I'm so excited. I'm like, oh, I got a whisk! And then I opened up a little bit further. And if you know anything about Pioneer Woman, there's a specific color of teal on all of her backgrounds of all of her labels. And
That's called branding.
And I pulled it back and looked at it and I was like, you... And so everybody got their laugh and I was like, okay,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was funny, right?
Yeah, we laughed for a good 5 minutes on that one because we knew what was coming.
So then, a little while later, I open up my next package and it feels like clothes. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm going to get me like a little hoodie or something. I go to open it up and I saw this pattern with the flowers. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, I wanted to strangle, because that was my son. My son did that. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. Like, you really you wasted. He's like, Mom, it was like $5. Like, I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
For that.
For all of that, that was worth $5 right there.
That was worth it.
Then the best part was, we go to sit down for our spread, and
See, and that's one of the wonderful things about this community. When y'all find out about something like that, y'all go all in. All in. It was last year?
last year,
We just had a big couple of honking boxes show up. Slap full of Pioneer Woman stuff.
a pie plate,
Casserole plate.
casserole dish,
The little
little
Spice
containers to be able to
containers.
put stuff in. Yeah. So I ended up, like, we were sitting down to eat, and my son looks over at one of the dishes and he's like, is that a Pioneer Woman casserole dish?
Shut up! Just eat your green bean casserole.
Ladessa pipes up. She's like, she has a pastry brush and that pie pan over there. That's from, and like, yeah, I have a lot of stuff. I even still
You
have
have a laundry basket too.
If y'all want a little bit of a laugh, go to Google. It started with a lunchbox. That's exactly right.
With a lunchbox and a subscription to her magazine,
Yeah.
which she absolutely loved, but she won't admit to.
Because I maintain that she should stick with her recipes. Because I will tell you, I will cook one of her recipes because they are on point. Our pecan pie that we had was her recipe. And
Right.
it was fantastic. It's always fantastic when I make it.
You tweaked it a little.
There was something else that I made that was her recipe, and it was fantastic. If she doesn't meet me, I'll buy you tickets. Nope. Okay, so if you
That
really
would
want,
be worth it's
if you-
internet
if
gold.
you really want to laugh, go look at the website, like the Walmart website, and type in Pioneer Woman Laundry Bag. You will have a nice little laugh because I own that thing. Anyway, there is a magazine. Yes, that again, my whole point. She has a magazine that comes out quarterly.
over there.
What?
The dead horse that you're kicking.
Oh, yeah.
It's over there.
I know. But anyway, but the
It
but
was
the
a-
magazine was nice because the magazine had a ton of recipes in it. So, and occasionally it had some stuff about her fashion or something like that, but for the most part, the magazine was mostly her recipes. And so that I could enjoy. But the thing that really set me off was I was walking in a Walmart one day and I was down by where the glasses were. And I remember as a kid there being a certain type of pattern that my grandparents had, and it was always in like frosted colors, like a frosted sage green, a frosted teal color, purple color, all of that. And I walked by these and saw basically the
started it.
exact same pattern with the color choices, and I like lost it because I was like, she put her name on something that is not original at all, and like she's just putting her brand all over stuff. And so that's what irritates me.
No, in all honesty, if I had a brand like that, I'd be putting it all over everything.
So
too.
Karen actually told me to look up Polish pottery, and that just proves my point even more. It's already out there. She's just putting her name on it. So it was just,
Thank Drops of Farm and Garden. Appreciate
See,
that.
I don't
That's
even
really
know
nice.
who this is. Just look up Ree Drummond. R-E-E Drummond.
Is that her name?
Uh-huh.
For somebody you don't like that much, you sure do know a lot.
So, like, this has been going on for a while. And when we went to the first, the one that we went to with Doug and Stacy's thing, we actually stayed at a place. And when we walked in the door, the lady that whoever's house it was had like every one of her cookbooks. And, like, my girls, it was still a new thing that I was, and so they thought that was hilarious.
Now,
So-
see, I did not know that she had cookbooks. I must not have seen them.
Oh, she has a ton of cookbooks. Yeah, she has quite a few cookbooks.
There's
yeah.
some Mother's Day coming up.
But anyway, so yeah. I will say I almost went to the dark side back when I needed to buy a can opener. And saw, because there was like two different choices of can openers, and hers looked pretty sturdy. And I was like, okay, maybe. And then I went and looked at another one. I was like, no, I'm going to have to go with the other one.
Well, we're knocking. I'm going to get you off of this now.
I have one of her cookbooks.
Transition. Woo-hoo. We're knocking at the end of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be kicking the door open to 2022.
Mm-hmm. 2022.
Don't even go there. So this is the time that I'm going to ask a lot of y'all. How many of y'all have sat down and started to think about some SMART goals for your homestead? Do you make one big goal and then make some SMART goals to make sure that you're able to reach that goal? Robin and I have started, and in all honesty, we're going to be doing a video about how we're going about doing this once we get some of the stuff done.
Moving forward.
And because we actually are putting pen to really big paper.
Year of traveling. That's funny.
Yeah. So.
Yes, we are. Why are my hands so dirty?
Random comment brought to you by Robin from the Big Bear Homestead.
What did I get my... Oh.
There it is.
Yeah.
See, sometimes when you reach middle age, you have to let your partner just work through it. It's like a fourth grader with an algebra problem sometimes.
I love
They just
Brenda.
gotta
She
work
just
through
takes us
it.
right back to it. I knew her before she went to TV, chatted with her all the time, and right after going to TV, she no longer knew who I was. We just pre-ordered our seed potatoes. Where are you getting them from, Dee?
Yeah, we need seed potatoes. We need good seed potatoes.
And the ones we get from the local feed and seed are not good. More container gardening and growing food that takes a short time. Not sure where we will be this time next year. Goals. I still haven't truly gotten my head back on straight from 2020 hurricane seeding. We need goals.
Goals are important things to have. They can help keep you focused, help keep you motivated, and really help you reach your... Because I'm sure everybody's finish line or end game goal is to be as self-reliant and self-sufficient
As possible.
as possible, especially after these last couple of years where we had lockdowns and supply chain issues and da 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 da. So, because there has been an uptick in people wanting to learn about this way of life and starting to do their own gardens and raise chickens and stuff like that. So, Lost Tools. We'll have to reach out to them and see. So, yes, I forget where I was going. Thanks, D.
It's late 50s, middle aged. Yeah.
Well,
kinda close.
we're late 40s and I'm calling it middle aged. City Girl, Country Heart. I'm gonna be sneaking by your place to see what you do in the spring because last year was it last year? No, it was the year before last. When she was talking about she was doing all of these things.
It was just, it was this past season.
Yeah, and we snuck by to see it, and it was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be excited to see what you got going on over there, and because you got small property, you're doing everything on that small chunk of property.
Yeah. She said they're building a new Tractor Supply over there by her. So her new goal is to make sure she doesn't walk to the new Tractor Supply store soon too much to look at chicks. Yeah, that's true, Brett.
Yeah, wow, Portland. I hear that Portland is still kind of like a war zone. I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah. Well, it's like, certain people say you have to plan, work the plan, evaluate your plan, and then adjust it.
Right.
So.
We're always planning, replanning, changing what doesn't work, and adding things to. Yeah, it's a work in progress. That's correct.
Yeah, you always got to be super Gumby with your plans, but your plans will give you your basic outline of what you want to. And look, and I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, don't be afraid not to dream big. Dream big. Dream big.
Don't be afraid to dream big.
That's what I said.
You said to not dream big. You've been doing a lot of double negatives lately.
Blaze's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be afraid to dream big. We were sitting down and, one of the things when you have as much land as we do, sometimes you get bogged down in stuff that you don't realize that you've got way more than than you have. And so when we sit down and start walking through everything because we pulled up our plot today, and started looking at everything, and you start going, okay, well, this area right here, and then when we finally measured it out, it was only an acre, and I'm like, we have like 20 more of those, and you really start realizing, that there's a lot that you can do. So we're gonna put it all out on paper, and so what if it takes us 5 years to do it instead of 1? That's okay, but at least we'll have a plan.
There is something about taking it from here and verbalizing it to make it travel down your arm into a writing utensil and coming out on paper that you'll more than likely make those goals and work towards those goals when you put it down on paper, because then it becomes real. Portland is lawless and homelessness issues are not getting any better. That is sad.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that I have started doing is a prayer journal. Now, I learned this from Jess over there at Roots and Refuge. And it has definitely helped with my prayer life. Because it's easier for me to sit down and write a letter to God versus walking out in the back and verbalizing it. For some reason, it's a whole lot easier for me to sit down and write a letter. Plus, one of the things that when I would go for a walk or go to my secret place and just verbally vomit with my time with God, I would never leave it alone after I did that. It's like I would drop it all out there, but then as I was walking away, I would pick it all back up. Well, once I write it down in a letter, again, there's something about that transition from it coming from the old brain housing group and traveling down the arm and going on to these pages. I'm able to not pick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know exactly, I can't tell you any of the psychology behind that or anything, but that is definitely something.
I do think once you put it out there and let it go, it's, it definitely helps to deal with it that way. And once it's there, it's there.
Yeah.
My first thing is getting all this inflammation under control and won't survive planting a garden with his back. One thing Jason started doing was turmeric. He's been taking turmeric every night, and that seems to be helping quite a bit. Once I write it down and prioritizing tasks, I feel accomplished. Yeah, that's definitely, and that's helped us a lot with the budget stuff, is being able to sit down and go, okay, this is what we're doing. This is where this is going. And then it's done. There's no second guessing anymore. And that's what's nice is when we put it down and say, okay, we've got this in the budget. So now when Jason goes to get something, he can be like, okay, yeah, we have this in the budget for us to be able to do this, So it works out pretty nice to have plans and to be able to work those.
Well, hello, the Survival Buzz. Thanks for stopping in tonight and joining us. Yeah, I've journaled for probably 25 years, and much of that is a prayer, so I agree in writing it down. It does help. Yes, I mean, it has been a tremendous game changer for me. Not only just, with everything Robin was saying, sitting down and writing down the goals. And I think when you write down your goals, it helps you become organized with them. I really do. And then once you got that organization, you're able to then go take it with you.
Just to execute it,
You're able to take it and then look at your budget and then look at your goals. And you're able to make them work together versus just looking at your budget and trying to keep all of your goals wrapped up here in your dome.
Right.
And then you can become overwhelmed and none of it gets done. At least this time, if you write it down and you're like, well, I made a little bit of extra on this paycheck. Let me go get the stuff to make this PVC project, or let me go get this lumber so I can make this chicken coop, or and then bam, that goal is met and done, and stuff doesn't get wasted. Time doesn't, because time has to be your most
night pickers
valuable asset. That is your most valuable thing, is your time. And I'm 47 years old, and that's how old I was when I honestly came to know it, believe it, and understand it. Because when you start getting pulled in 800 different directions and you start putting out fires, and then you look around and you're like, I have not gotten anything done.
Yeah.
We had that situation with that bull this year, and
it stole our joy.
It
stole everything from us.
Major part of our joy. But then rebuilding those fences that he would walk down, and it was basically like the professor from Old Ways New Times. He said, I called him, and he's like, look, man, it's just like eating an elephant. The only way it's going to get done is one bite at a time. And organizing those bites.
Are you saying there's never enough time? That's funny.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, we that it was very difficult, and it definitely took it took everything out of us. In the middle of all of it, I got sick, and it was just bad. How's the book coming? I have not had time to prioritize to be able to do anything more with it right now. It's very close to being done. But I've just, with everything that we've had going on, I have not had time to dedicate to it right now. And I don't want to rush it and push it out and it have misinformation or not enough information. I want to make sure that I do it right before I put it out. Well, that's cool. Just had a new spinal cord stimulator implanted a few weeks ago. It's finally helping. That's cool. Huh. Let's see.
20 years being self-employed. That is
That would
awesome.
be nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. Way to go, Drops.
That's pretty
Proud
cool.
of you. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a long time to be your own boss and have nobody to... I mean, there's a lot of stress when you... Because we owned the nuisance wildlife business for a while before I really got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably one of the most stressful jobs ever. Being your own boss is not a 9-to-5 job. It does not stop when everybody else goes home. Because you're the man. You're the one that's responsible for all of your employees. You're the guy that's responsible for getting new jobs. You're the guy that's responsible for making sure you have the workman's comp insurance. Everybody's got insurance. Everybody's getting paid.
Everything. Yep. Everything.
So, yeah. So, kudos to you, brother.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we've been on for a little over an hour. So, I guess we should probably start winding it up. I do want to ask a question real quick. We had put a poll out and asked. We got some people who answered it. But since we've got 20-something people in here,
Well, if you're on Facebook, we put the poll. Do we put it out on Facebook or on
YouTube on the community tab.
on our community tab on YouTube? We put out a poll. If y'all could do us a solid and go answer that poll to help us, we're just trying to collect data, information on what direction we want to take the channel to help, so that way we can help as many people in the community as possible and be there and to be able to share our experiences and share our information and stuff. So if y'all could do us a solid and go check that out and answer that poll for us, it would be very much appreciated. And if you didn't get any of the notifications and didn't realize that we have been putting videos out for the last 3 to 4 weeks,
Go check them out.
please go back, check them out.
Because we've had a couple good ones in
If
there.
you're not getting the notifications, one of the things that I heard for people to do is to go unring the bell and then ring the bell back, and that should put you back in. Make sure you hit all notifications, and that'll help you guys out, because we're really diving deep into YouTube and trying to be a student of YouTube now that we're back. That break really was able to put some wind back in our sails. I think you guys, if you missed the videos and you go back and see them, you'll see that in those videos. And we're just happy to be back.
All right. With that being said, you gonna tell everybody good night? Merry Christmas.
We want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. We will probably jump on here, probably New Year's, maybe New Year's Day. We have to take Blaze to the airport.
New
on
Year's Eve is Friday, yeah. So Saturday would be New Year's Day. So we'll
Year's
probably do it again next Saturday.
Yes, and jump on here live and hang out with y'all to see how y'all's
New
New
Year's
Year's went. And so be looking for that. We also got more videos coming out this week, so be looking for those if you're not getting the notifications. And we love y'all. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with Robin and I tonight. And so let's see if I can remember how it goes since it's been so long.
So long.
Robin and I want to remind you to plant smiles
Grow giggles.
and harvest love, baby. Yeah. Be kind to one another, especially right now. Put your patience cap on. Because I don't want anybody to have to go through what Ladessa and I went through. Y'all be kind to one another. Stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. And we'll
See you next week.
Next week.